is to get you thinking about your current situation, whatever that is, and thinking about the possibilities of what your life could look like. And, you know, this time of sharing is not so much about me, but you and what is possible for you. So I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 52 years old. I have 5 children, 4 of them are adults, 1 of them is 10 years old. I'm a grandmother of 3, and I have 1 more grandchild on the way, due in about 6 weeks' time, so that's really exciting. And, you know, I really love being a mother and a grandmother. I really enjoy my family. I love fishing with my husband. I love camping with my husband. We love the great outdoors. We really enjoy Aotearoa being our home. We love living here, but we also like to travel. And you know, my background is in business, and so I started a company called Mobile Massage Company Corporate back in 2002, and you know, the types that we're mainly focusing on workplace massage. But I have had these hands on people like Rihanna and Chris Brown, Taylor Swift, Alicia Keys, Iron Maiden, Guns N' Roses, INXS, Bruce Springsteen, Khalid has been a client of mine, Justin Bieber's been a client of mine, Lady Gaga as well, and I've also looked after international rugby teams and WWE wrestlers when they're in New Zealand. So there's a whole lot of name dropping that just went on there. I hope I've got your attention. But that's some of the things that I've done. And we look after companies such as Coca-Cola, insurance companies, banks nationwide, IT firms, you name it, they're part of our client base. In fact, I just remember like being backstage when Bruce Springsteen, he got off my table and went straight onto the stage, and all the crowd were like, yeah, you know, screaming and just fanning all over him. And I thought to myself, as I was standing behind, I thought to myself, wow, look at all these thousands of people, and I'm probably the only one that's seen him in his undies. All legit, okay? That's just part of the job. But I want to let you know that life hasn't always been like that. My parents, my father is Samoan. He is from the village of Lefanga Matautu, and my mother is half Spanish, half Māori, and she's from Ahipara in the far north. And growing up, you know, I grew up in Christchurch, and I just remember both my parents working 2 jobs each, just to put food on the table and clothes on our backs and to keep our family afloat. And I never saw them get out of debt until we had all left home after a while. I mean, can you imagine that? Working that hard for that many years just to survive. And, you know, maybe many of us don't have to imagine that because that's our current reality. But, you know, I want you to think about, yes, that could be a current reality, but what are the possibilities? So I want to take you back to when I was, you know, my previous life before business got started, and where I was at that point of time. Well, I was married at the age of 19. By the age of 25, I had 4 kids under the age of 5. And by the age of 29, I was divorced and a single mother. And you know, that was such a struggle. And so if, you know, if any of you are going through that, I hear you and I see you. And I've gotten to the point where, you know, things got such a struggle that I ended up having to sign over full custody of my 4 beautiful children to my ex-husband. And that was the hardest thing that I ever had to do in my life. And I ended up going and living in a friend's garage in Mangere. And so, you know, life looked like quite a mess. But at that point, you know, we have a choice. And I made the choice to rebuild myself, to think about what are the possibilities. You know, did I want my life to look like this, or did I want it to look like something else? And I really wanted it to look like something else. So, I want you to ask yourself, what is your current reality? And what are the possibilities for you? And do you know that you can repair, rebuild, reinvent with a decision no matter the environment? And I'm telling you, I have got no business background. I've got no education, but here's the thing is that I was willing to learn, and I was totally ignorant. In order to start a business, I had to learn things like, skills, what is required, learn how to market myself, pick up the phone and make contacts and learn what was out there to support me. And 1 year later, my business went nationwide. So that was the position when Arbonne, that was my position when Arbonne came into my life at the age of 46. So we had a successful business. I'm a home owner. I'm now in a new marriage, and during the past 10 years previous to that, I was able to get my children back, which was really, really wonderful. And my husband and I had a beautiful little boy. And so life was looking absolutely fantastic. Hey guys, I'd come a long way from the garage, right? So when this opportunity of Arbonne came across my path, did I think I needed an opportunity like this? And the answer was no. But I can tell you that at this stage in my life, I couldn't imagine anything more for myself and my family because my comfort zone had gone up quite a few levels. However, when it comes to business, and a smart business will get my attention any day of the week. Possibilities will get my attention any day of the week. And I started dreaming of the possibility of retiring my hardworking husband early, before the age of 65. Now, I started dreaming of the possibility of being the mother and grandmother that paid for family holidays for all of us to go on a 2-week family holiday anywhere in the world. And, I started dreaming of the possibility of what if I was able to do, or we were able to do whatever we wanted with our time. Our son is 10 years old at the moment, and he's showing great sporting capabilities, and he dreams of being an All Black. We dream of following him all around the world, wherever he's playing, and actually being there. What are the possibilities? So what are the possibilities for you? Sometimes, if you buy a lotto ticket and you start thinking, that's all based on luck, and we start thinking of, man, what would happen if I won these millions of dollars? What would I do with the money? And those conversations start happening, and those thoughts start happening in your mind. Whereas, the implementation of a smart plan is insurance, not luck, that your possibilities can become a reality. So what was it about this business that caught my attention? So, there's a few things that I want to break down for you. Arbonne is a health and wellness company. It's a global company, and it is completely online. And so I am an independent consultant for Arbonne, and also a brand ambassador for millennials that are watching and you understand the word brand ambassador. I'm a brand ambassador. I'm very, very proud to be a brand ambassador for this amazing global company. And, we are putting products into the hands, putting products that people use every day and introducing them to a very high quality and on-trend brand. So when it comes to business, this is what gets me really excited. Okay, so when I'm looking at an opportunity, traditionally, when you're looking at traditional business, what happens is that a manufacturer, they create something, then it goes through to the warehouse, and then it goes through a sales and marketing team out to retail and then out to the end user. I want to talk about that sales and marketing team. Hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars get spent on the sales and marketing team. Okay, so an agency usually takes care of this, or people are employed to take care of this, and a lot of money is sunk into that department because this is how we get products into people's hands, right? So in this industry, in network marketing, it goes from the manufacturer through to the sales force, brand ambassadors, which is me, into the hands of products. And so instead of putting that product through an agency, this has created amazing opportunity for people like you and me to promote products that we love and that we use every day. And put it into the hands of end users and get paid for it. That's what this is at the end of the day, okay? We are brand ambassadors for an amazing brand, and it creates amazing opportunity. So the question always comes back to the possibilities that you want to turn into a reality. Is this a vehicle for you to do that? And so I want to just take you back to my own experience in traditional business and my Arbonne business. Did I have all the knowledge? Did I have all the knowledge that I needed to start business? No, absolutely not. But could I learn on the run? Yes, I could. And that's what I loved about this Arbonne opportunity as well, is that did I have knowledge in this type of selling? No, I didn't. Did I have knowledge about skincare and makeup and nutrition? No, I didn't. But can I learn on the run? And yes, I could, and yes, I did. In fact, I want to tell you about my first month and what that looked like selling. So after I was introduced to the opportunity, I thought, my goodness, I better try this product. I tried the skincare, and up until then, I'd been using a lot of different brands of skincare. I had drawers full. I had well-known high-quality skincare, and a lot of it wasn't working for me long term. And so I tried this. I put it on my skin, and I could feel the difference straight away. So straight away, I could see the opportunity of how this company had set up the paying me to be their brand ambassador, their sales and marketing department. And I rang a few close friends of mine. I picked up the phone and I said to them, oh my goodness, I've just found this amazing skincare. I absolutely love it. You've got to try it. And they said, how do I get my hands on it? I said, well, okay, so go online. This is the website, which I had just gotten about half an hour before I spoke to them. Said, this is the website. Go online. This is the one that I'm trying at the moment. You can buy it. It will be delivered to your door. Easy. Okay. I was half an hour in business, knew not a thing about what I was talking about, except that I personally loved the product. Hey, in the past 6 years, I've received training, and I highly recommend that you become experts in the field on the run. I've received training from people that do know all about this stuff. And since then, I've learned about peptides and vitamin A and vitamin C and hyaluronic acid and AHAs, and about gut health and the importance of that, because I've learned on the run. And so, you know, this has been a fantastic opportunity. And I think that what a lot of people might be thinking about is, yes, this sounds great, but do I have the time? Well, I want to ask you, do you walk, and do you talk, and do you have a phone, and do you have a computer? And to the last two questions, I'm guessing yes, because you're watching this. And if you have those things, I want to talk about the walking and talking, because clearly I'm a busy person, but I've been able to build my business through my current contacts and contacts that I make as I walk and talk and go about my life. And so if you can walk and talk and you have a phone or some kind of an iPad, a computer, whatever, you can totally build this business online. And so I leverage my time that way in my everyday life and when I move through the world. And I just love that about what we do. And being an online business, I want to tell you that I have so needed that over the past 3 years. I mean, 5 years ago, I want you to think back 5 years. Gosh, what year is that? It's 2017? I just had to count it on my fingers. That's how smart I am, okay? So 2017 was 5 years ago. And back in 2017, what were you doing? Would you have imagined that the world would have changed so much? And it has changed so much over the past 2 years. And it's changed for me. I mean, my traditional business of mobile massage corporate, I haven't been able to touch anyone. My business that I had committed to for 20 years actually came to a complete standstill. It came to a complete stop when we went into our very first lockdown. And I think that a lot of business owners can relate to that. A lot of business owners know what that feels like. And to this day, it hasn't gotten off the ground. And to be honest, I don't know if it ever will, because the world has changed so much. But I want to tell you about my Arbonne business. It didn't skip a beat. It absolutely didn't skip a beat. And that's because it was already completely online. They were products that people needed. And so the delivery systems were already in place, and I was able to keep that going. And so I can say that I had a basket over here with my traditional business, and I had another basket over here with Arbonne. And when they say don't put all your eggs in one basket, I think more than ever we can so relate to that right now. You know, I get on, when I'm driving in my car, I sometimes listen to talkback radio, and all I hear is complain, 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 complain. And we are in a time, you know, where people are worried about their situation. It is legitimate, you know. There's always been something to complain about. There is now, and there always will be. But I want to tell you something that I've realized is that no one is coming to save us. No one is coming to fix us. The government can't, okay? Our politicians can't. People around us can't fix our situation. But here's the great news, is that if you've been feeling powerless, all right, is that we all have the capability, no matter what your background is and no matter where you're from, we have the capability to create and recreate our own story. And my story could have been one of powerlessness, but we have the choice. And this is what I absolutely love about this opportunity, is that I'm able to offer people choice. So possibilities. What are the possibilities for you and your family? What have you been thinking about? Is it more time? Is it just not having to stress every time a bill comes in the mail? And at the end of the day, this is something that I thought about when I was thinking about whether or not I'm going to create for myself an additional basket. So at the end of the day, what if I joined and nothing happened? Okay, well, nothing changes. Life goes on as usual. But what if I took this and ran with it? And I could see that everything could change. My possibilities can be a reality. So possibilities. So I encourage you to really go away and think about this. If somebody has invited you in to have a listen up tonight on Tuesday night, you know, this could be the start of something amazing. And I really encourage you to take a really good look and see what the possibilities are for you.